The film starts with Emily Miller, a medical student, texting, and she asked her friend Chloe whether she has seen her jacket. And Chloe replied that she saw him go into Lab 5 with some girl, and if she was a lab partner, and Emily replied, he doesn't have a lab partner. Emily went off, and she found out Jack, her boyfriend, was making out with a girl named Tiffany. Emily was shocked to see them both, and she asked him a question, but Jack ignored her. Jack asked Emily what does she think he was doing. They were hooking up. Emily replied, saying that it was the first day of grad school and she transferred there for Jack and he was cheating on her. Jack replied that he never asked her to do any of that, and besides, how long was Emily really going to last at Princeton? And he was getting his options ready. Emily walked up to Jack and gave him a slap. Emily said to Jack that he was a prick. Emily then told Tiffany have fun taking out her trash and she left. The scene then shows Emily getting frustrated, and she said she couldn't believe she transferred here for that asshole that cheated on her first day, and she accidentally broke the car's glass, and she apologized to the guy who is Charles Hayes. Charles took her injured hand instead, and he asked her, so who does she want him to kill? Emily took her hand, and she said she didn't realize. Charles grabbed her hand, and he told her that she was losing blood, and he asked her to sit down. And he grabbed some tissues, and he told her to suck her blood. Emily said that it wasn't a big deal, and he insisted that it was a big deal, as she her herself. He then said, neuroscience PhD, and she should have known better than to punch a window. Emily then asked Charles how did he know her major, and Charles said that they only accept 12 PhD students every year into their program, which means that Emily's a brilliant young woman. Emily replied, saying that her boyfriend doesn't think so. Charles asked her what happened. Emily told Charles that she caught him cheating on her and he's the only reason she moved here. So now she's all alone. Charles told Emily that she wasn't alone and she was there because of herself and not him. Charles added, Emily is the most beautiful woman he's ever met. Charles told Emily so if she was to ask him, her ex is an idiot. Emily pulled Charles and kissed him. Then Charles told her that she could either go to her dorm and cry over her ex or she could come home with Charles. The scene then shows Emily and Charles are at a house, kissing. Then it shows Emily getting late for class. Then the professor said that it was nice of her to join them, and the Princeton Neuroscience is the hardest PhD and the most selective program in the entire field of brain science. And just because all of them were accepted, then Jack told Emily that if she needed help packing, Emily told him to fuck off, and he said is she still mad over little mistake? Emily told Jack that cheating is not a little mistake. Jack then said that the PhD programs is all about connections, and unlike him, Emily doesn't know anyone. He then said really hate if none of her projects ever get funded. Emily asked him, what was he trying to say? Jack replied that he was trying to help her and to think about it. Jack told Emily to let him hit whenever he want, and he will make sure she always get funded, and it's a win-win. Emily snapped and said, "Ew, Jack, no," and she told him to listen to he. And the professor asked them to hand it over to their new chief advisor, Dr. Hayes. And it was the man Emily slept with, and big reveal, it's Jack's dad.